Welcome back. Now, this could well be the last Independence Day for Surjit Singh Barnala as governor in Tamil Nadu. And at his tea party, hosted on the occasion of the Independence Day, Chief Minister Jayalalitha was conspicuous by her absence, although the ministers did put in an appearance. Our principal correspondent Peer Mohammed reports on the tepid tea party.
86-year-old Surjit Singh Barnala has been the governor of Tamil Nadu for 7 long years. Widely seen as a DMK-friendly governor when he refused to recommend the president's rule in Tamil Nadu in 1990 during his earlier tenure. He, however, had no falling out with Jayalalitha when the AIADMK Supremo swept to power with absolute majority 3 months ago. But Jayalalitha skipped what may be Barnala's last tea party in the state. Barnala is actually on an extension until a replacement is found by the centre. Officially, he retired on June 20th this year. Sources say Uttarakhand Governor Margaret Alva is among the list of those tipped to succeed Barnala. She enjoys an excellent rapport with Jayalalitha since the latter's Rajya Sabha days in 1982. Whoever the centre chooses, it will have to be someone who can keep pace with Jayalalitha's wide-ranging knowledge of state and national affairs. In Chennai with Peer Mohammed, Natasha Doraiswamy for NDTV Hindu.
Well, now, while all of India celebrates the 65th Independence Day, there are those who stand as a symbol of the rich-poor divide, the pavement dwellers and the destitute. Lalit Jude brings to us this heart-moving report.
On August 15th, while politicians everywhere are proud to proclaim their state's achievements, people like Halima say no one cares for them. The 57-year-old and her 85-year-old mother, Choti Bivi, live off the streets and count it a lucky day if they can take home 30 rupees. 55-year-old Shanmugam was once a fisherman. An accident ended that life and today he lives in the corporation playground. He says he has no idea where his next meal will come from. Reduced to begging, he is dependent upon charity from UNI.
Friends Maria Vanda, the Oranje Pote Kurte, Diana Posabrana, a Batrama Vichinde, Tinimur Prince Senda, no Ranjirva Kurta, Paturbai Puza, Apoyana Katasuriana Sabte, Kalto Votine, dear Gram. All around the Valley Laden to tea, money than again, as a money like you would have.
Our pavement dwellers do not want charity, and in the 65th year of independence, they want our politicians to map out inclusive growth. In Chennai with Lalit Jude, Natasha Doraiswamy for NDTV Hindu.
And well, in other news coming in, P. Chidambaram, the Union Home Minister's ancestral home in Karaikudi, has been burgled. Now, according to early reports, 7 doors and 5 windows were also broken open. Meanwhile, from the early indicators, the police do indicate that there is no sign of missing valuables as of now. Now, gold and diamond jewellery worth 38 lakh rupees and 2 lakh rupees in cash were reportedly stolen from a house of a businessman by his own servant in Chennai's Abhiramapuram. Now, yesterday, the occupants of the house left Neelangarai, leaving behind their 4 servants. And today, when they returned, they were shocked to see that 3 of their servants lying unconscious, while one of the servants who joined last month was missing. Now, the accused servant had allegedly offered food laced with drugs to the other 3, looted the house after the 3 fell unconscious and escaped. Now, all the 3 are undergoing treatment at a private hospital. Police arrived at the scene of crime and said that they have launched a manhunt to nab the accused person hailing from Orissa. In more news now, an attempt to hoist the Indian flag at the Kachchativa Islands on India's Independence Day as a symbolic gesture was foiled by the state police. Now, a total of 43 workers of the Hindu Makkal Kutchi were detained in Rameshwaram. Earlier, the police had warned the outfit against any such actions and had warned of arrests. Now, the Hindu Makkal Kutchi has been a strong advocate of retrieving the islands that were ceded to India, by India in fact, to Sri Lanka in the year 1974. Well, now, within 24 hours of his murder within the Chennai port area, police say that they have cracked the whodunit question. Our crime correspondent brings to us more as to who exactly committed that murder.
Gate number 5. This is where 19-year-old Jagan, hailing from Thiruvarur, bled to death. This railway track is where he was left after being beaten up brutally by 3 men. His crime? He simply got into an argument with these 3 men. Chennai Port is one of the busiest and most advanced in the country. But workers here say they are hounded for mamool by rowdy gangs and that safety is at a premium.
குடிக்க தண்ணி கிடையாது, பாத்ரூம் கிடையாது. 24 hours வண்டியிலே தான் இருக்கணும். இறங்கி கூட அங்கேயும் போக முடியாது. சிஎஸ்எஃப் அது எந்த இதுங்க பண்ண முடியாது. சேஃப்டிங்கிறதே கிடையாது.
Workers say the only way for everyone to escape Jagan's fate is for a stronger police crackdown on such elements.
Washermenpet police say they have registered few cases in connection with the mamul collection, but find it difficult to weed out the practice as the nexus is deep-rooted. In Chennai with camera person Anand Salim for NDTV Hindu.
Now moving ahead, the 2 bodies of 2 Asian-bound workers, a janitor and a tea boy who was shot dead when a mentally ill Kuwaiti police officer went on a shooting spree in Saad Al Abdullah, Kabad and Salmi on the first day of Ramadan have arrived in Chennai. Now, the bodies have been sent to their respective hometowns in Andhra and Uttar Pradesh. Now, the horrific incident happened when the officer saw the boys eating 10 minutes before the iftar, that's the time of breakfast. The suspect confessed to the shootout and also claimed that he killed one of his father's workers and attempted to kill an Ethiopian housemaid. Meanwhile, in some national updates now, the Delhi police and Team Anna are on a collision course. Delhi police has now refused permission to Team Anna to carry out fast from tomorrow. Now, this after Team Anna wrote to the Delhi police refusing to fulfill the conditions set for the event by Delhi police. Among the 22 conditions, the police wanted the crowd to be restricted to 5,000 and an undertaking that it would not go beyond 3 days. Now, Team Anna in its letter had said that it is an undemocratic action by corrupt people and politicians who are shielding others. Now, Anna Hazare has urged all people to come to Shaheed Park tomorrow, that's in Delhi, and court arrest if needed. In more news coming in from the capital now, Rahul Gandhi is back after his mother's surgery. He was at the Congress office today where he met the Prime Minister for over 1 hour. And Rahul also told the reporters that his mother is doing well after the operation.
Rahul Gandhi making his first appearance at the Congress headquarters since news of Sonia Gandhi's illness became public. He asked Motilal Vora, the senior-most Congress leader, to hoist the national flag, putting to rest speculation on who would stand in for the Congress president. After the official function, Rahul Gandhi met the Prime Minister and a few other senior party functionaries for over an hour. There's no official word on what happened at the meeting. But sources say the Anna problem was discussed. Not surprising since it is Congress and Rahul Gandhi's immediate challenge. The party has realized that the face-off between Team Anna and the UPA isn't just about the Lokpal. It's also about reaching out to the people. Sources say from now on, the Congress will avoid personal attacks on Anna Hazare. It will, however, respond strongly if Anna directly attacks the Congress. When Team Anna tries to pitch for the Jan Lokpal bill, the government will highlight the steps it has taken to curb corruption. When Team Anna seeks supports for its version of the Lokpal, the government will encourage other civil society voices to speak up. Even though the Congress attacked Anna Hazare last Sunday, the party is keen to avoid personal attacks or direct confrontation. The Congress does not want to be seen as taking on someone who's fighting corruption. Quite clearly, an effective communication strategy to deal with Team Anna will be Rahul Gandhi's and the Congress leadership's top priority. With camera person Shalik Ram, in New Delhi, Sandeep Phukan, NDTV.
Well, now, on the other side of this bulletin, celebrating 64 years of Indian independence, how much do we really know about our country? We'll find out on the other side.